Hi everyone, hope you're all doing good. Today I'm going to talk about a cool Revit toolbar that was created by genius guys, and it's called Nonica. And there are a lot of BIM legends that contributed and created this tool. You can use the free actually installation, but you can get the pro and use the trial. But I've heard some news that it's going to be free. I need to double check, but it's a very good tool. So when you install that, the Nonica Tab Pro, it gives you the ability to bring your Dynamo scripts as a Revit add-in. So you can create your own Dynamo script and add it and add your icon. It's kind of personalize that for your project, for your Revit model, which is very cool. Also, it has some embedded scripts inside that, which are most of them are really useful. So even during the design and even construction phase, you can use those add-ons in order to fulfill the tasks that you are doing in Revit. So here I have a sample structural model in Revit 2023.1. So, for example, for some reason we need to split the floors, and we can see that they have a Dynamo scripts or Python scripts or combination of these two, so which can facilitate this task for you. So if you check the settings, they have a very cool dashboard which shows some kind of statistics about your model, number of users, the errors warning, and also you can use a check on Dynamo, how many times the Dynamo was run, and kind of how many errors it generated. So it's very cool. So for example, if we want to set up a node, so it has alpha, beta, gamma, where you can add your different scripts. So if you want to set up the kind of add-in, so you can either import a Dynamo scripts inside that and customize it for yourself, add an image or a GIF, so it's kind of animated like these kind of scripts, and or you can use an embedded script and just use that one and bring it into your Revit tab like this. For example, this one purged unused families in Revit, but this one is a custom Dynamo scripts that I wrote, and I added into a Revit plugin. So let's try, for example, one of them. So this one, for example, creates a split line and cuts the floor based on your split line. So let's give it a try. So you see how fast it pops up, and then it needs to be fed by some input by the user. So you can select the floor you want to cut, finish, and then for the cut line, it needs a model line. So you can add a custom model line. Let's make it complex. So challenge the software to see how powerful it is. So we created this one, and we select our model line. So this is our model lines. We select them and finish, and then we hit split floor, and you see without an error or any warning, our floor is split as per our pattern line. So this is a very cool actually feature that is an embedded script inside that, and it has many other options as well. So I will dedicate more time to review all the embedded scripts inside that. But today I want to just walk you through one of the simplest scripts that I created. So and added into the Nonica, and instead of Dynamo Player, you can use this. So I put it here. So we have a floor plan here which shows the foundation layout. We have the grid. So we need to dimension the grids. This was just a sample test. Maybe you have a very large plan and it takes time to add dimensions to all the grids, but you can easily use it by a custom Dynamo script. So first of all, I show you how it works after the Dynamo was kind of added. So you can easily just adjust the. Let's put some numbers that work with this floor plan and hit apply, and there you go. You have the, as an output, you have the list of your horizontal grids, vertical grids, and you have your dimensions. Even you have the ability to adjust the type of the dimensions inside your Dynamo script. So you can see that we have the dimension of all grid lines, and we can change this stuff. But now let's jump into Dynamo and see how this simple code looks like. So now we have the script open. You can see how easy you can create this script yourself. But in general, auto dimension using Dynamo is a little bit tricky. I mean, it's more than a little bit tricky because it differs from element to element, because elements have their own different references, and for dimensioning we usually use Genius Loki packages for dimensioning, and they need sometimes they need references. But in this specific case, I use the element itself because I was only dealing with the grids. But if you want to, for example, add a dimension from an element to a grid, then you cannot easily work with the elements. You need to work with the reference of the elements. So, for example, like if you have a column, you have a center, right, left, and center, front, back reference plane, and those are the ones that you need to get and let Dynamo know that you're going to put your dimensions from those references. So just to review this node, so we have the active view, all the elements grids, we retrieve all the elements. There's a very good node in the Onion package. I really recommend you to install Onion package. It has very good nodes when you are dealing with the grids and elements. It has a node inside that called closest grid, I think. Let me check so grid intersection. So it's very good. So this node, when you use that, so when you have the location of the elements, so for example, the columns, the foundations, or like the centroid of the elements, and then you have the grids, then you can easily find the closest grid intersection, and then you can add a parameter to those elements, which you can write the closest intersection, grid intersection, which is very useful for everyone to understand where the columns are in the BIM world. So using the Onion package, we got a dictionary of horizontal and vertical lists. So it's very good. So we're going to use the dimension by elements node by Genius Loki to dimension. So what it needs is just the view, which is our active view. So it needs the elements. So there are elements that we need to dimension, which are the grids in this case. And then the line, which is the location Dynamo is going to put the dimensions on. So that's why, since we are actually dimensioning these grids, so the best way is to just get the curve of these grids, offset it, and that would be the line that we're going to put our dimensions, and the elements would be the grids themselves actually. So you can, that's why here is better to use reference dimension dot by elements instead of using dimension by elements reference, which is more complicated and more applicable to add dimensions to different types of elements. So here there are just some inputs by the user to just offset the curve of the dimension, so you can adjust where to put your dimension based on your grid geometry and shapes in your project. And at the end, you see that the dimensions are created, our curves are offset by the amount that the user has added as an input. So you can see how easy it is to work with this one. We ran the script and it puts the dimension at a correct location, you can change that was not a good type, but you can easily change uh, the style of those grids as well. So back to Nonica, we can review another cool embedded scripts that they have. So for example, call elements by parameters. So if I actually run this add-in, so for the first time, usually it takes time, and also there's a message Dynamo is loading in the background. After the first run, loading time reduces. So usually if you work with Dynamo, you understand that for the first time when it wants to load, it takes time. So now the application is ready. So we can select, for example, we have the structural foundations in this plan, so it's better to select the structural foundation, and then we can select, for example, family and types, and then it generates automatic color. We can, change the color of the proposed color by the application, and then you can set colors, and boom, you're done. So you can see all the elements are colored based on that. So if you have more information, you can customize your colors as per the parameter. Hope you enjoyed that video. I'm gonna walk you through more into the details of Nonica and the Dynamo scripts in the future video. Good luck.